X, Y, and Z in circumstances. So a lot of gratitude, but also feel for the guys that played really well and it just didn't work out for them.
You mentioned obviously not playing in the preseason. Do you think that you guys as a first unit offense know what's going to happen in Buffalo with what you guys are going to do since you have not played in a game and you haven't really had a snap of practice that is real football?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about game day is you never know. You go in confident and, like, I'm playing in my mind what I think is going to happen. But obviously, a lot of times what you think is going to happen can kind of go out the window when you have another professional staying in front of you. And now all those thoughts and thinking kind of goes out. Now you have to actually go do it. And so I think the entire organization and the offense, defense feels very comfortable and very confident going into week one. And we obviously expect to win, and that's our goal. And we're going to approach it that way. But we just got to go do it. Right? I think this offseason has been so positive. There's been a lot of great things from the organizational standpoint, team standpoint, been able to stay healthy for the most part. So it feels there's a lot of good energy. And with that comes, I think, a little bit of excitement, but also a little bit of anxiety because now we want to go prove ourselves right, that we are who we've been saying we're going to be for the last 6 months.
Which spots did you guys choose to ramp up, and what did you emphasize during that as a first-team offense?
In terms of what, can you repeat the
question?
question?
As far as not being able to play in games together, so what did you guys kind of choose to ramp things up as a first-team offense, and then also what did you emphasize?
I think that's a good question. In terms of answering the part when you say ramp it up, I think just treating every single practice rep like it's a game. And I think that Indy week for us was huge with those reps we got against the first team Indy defense. Like those are, all the starters say, like, this is a game. Those two practices were games for us. And then just being extremely deliberate and intentional every single day with all of our individual reps, whether it's just straight releasing off the ball. And to the untrained eye, it might look like we're just kind of like doing baloney drills or, catch tuck, like doing the mundane things. But all of those things can determine whether you win or lose a game. Like if we're doing, catch circuit balls or a little catch circuit pre-practice, and you'll see guys kind of just catch the ball and nonchalantly tucking it. Like I don't practice that way because I know that catch that could be on 4th and 3, like against Philly, right? Like in the NFL, it's all about contested catches. Very rarely you're going to catch the ball where there's no one around you. And so every single thing you do matters. And when you talk about ramp up, it's taking that approach to even the smallest detail of practice, running out to the huddle or running into the huddle, running out, signaling to your teammates what personnel it is, knowing the play, catch tuck, bursting off the line, what's your body posture look like, what's your stride length look like, communicating with Kyler, like everything matters. And so I think JG's done a great job of instilling that in all of the players, is to not take any detail lightly, because that can be the difference between winning and losing a game in the NFL.
Jonathan said that conversations with the players were part of the process in deciding to largely not play the starters in the preseason. So what do those conversations sound like? And then what, in your mind, are the pros and cons of
so never going to go against what JG's vision is for the team, but there was some brief conversation with me if I want to play or not, and I'm always like, I want to play. This was week 1 against the Saints. He asked me if I wanted to play or not, and I always want to play football, but I think his main goal for the starters was he wanted everyone to be healthy going into week 1, and so I think that was kind of the thought process with holding back some of the starters. But obviously that goes to the trust that he has for this team, is like he knows what he's getting from each starter and feels confident enough in us to not play us preseason. But conversations were just, do you want to play? I said, yeah, I want to play, and then he'll make the final decision what's best for the team.
About not playing, not getting those reps?
Do I worry at all? No, I don't worry, because at the end of the day, I've been playing. I think this is my 16th season of playing football since Pop Warner. Like, the game changes from level to level, but at the end of the day, it's just football. And it's a sport that we all love to play since we were young kids. So I'm not going to make it bigger than what it is. And there's a reason why I'm sitting in the seat, because I'm, one of the best in the world at what we do. Everyone in the NFL is one of the best at the world at what they do. So just trusting my technique and all the preparation I put in through this offseason.
What's your thought on Weaver cracking the roster, and just what do you see out of his game?
Not a surprise at all. Yeah, definitely not a surprise that he made it. And also kudos to him because he was hurt most of OTAs, not able to participate a large majority of it. So he really shined bright. Like every single practice, he had some type of wow play. And I think every preseason game, he made some type of catch, some type of run. He contributed to the game in some type of way that made you go like, wow, this kid can play. And he was doing it against starters, against some of our good corners on our team too. So it's absolutely no surprise that he made the 53, and I think he's going to be a really special player. Like, as long as he continues to tread on the track he's at right now, he's going to be a big part of our organization.
What was he showing you in practices specifically where you're seeing, okay, well, maybe this guy's on a different level than what you're expecting out of an undrafted guy?
Yeah, I think one thing I really like about him is he doesn't take the game too seriously, and I feel like that allows him to go out and play. I feel like you watch some players and the game just kind of comes easy to him. But I think one thing that set him apart from a lot of other guys is he's able to make contested catches consistently. Like those 50-50 balls, I feel like every time it was 50-50, he would always find a way to come down with it one way or another. But that's something about his game that makes me really respect. I didn't know he had that in his game until training camp. Every single time I feel like it was a 50-50 ball, he'd come down with it somehow, some way. One-handed, jumping over a guy's back, throwing the ball into double coverage, going up over two guys. He just, every single day, he made a crazy, crazy play.
Now that the season's basically here, how can you see all the time that you guys spent together off the field kind of paying off?
For sure, that's a really good question. I would say that against Indy, we faced a little bit of adversity that second day with the rain. Like being a California kid, that was the first time I played in rain. Rain like that. Like I've had drizzling, even college. I had drizzling when we played at Washington State, Oregon State. That was the first time it rained like that from the start to the end of a practice or a game. And so when you talk about how we've been seeing our relationship pay off now during that season's here, like I feel like it just makes it fun because you're out there with your brothers. And I might have not felt like that last year. Might have been a little bit more nervous because I don't have the relationship with the guys that I have now. But like being out there with Kyler and G and Marvin, like we're all just so close off the field that even in conditions like that, like it was fun. It was like backyard football. It was super fun. But just times like that, I just noticed when things get a little tough or things aren't going well, those relationships off the field and the growth of them have helped sort of calm everything and make everything at ease because we all have that trust with one another.
With you guys being that tight-knit and now getting through camp and preseason, where do you all stand as far as like distribution from Kyler?
Distribution from Kyler.
As, who's going to get the ball and having so many...
Where do we stand with that? Not really. I just think we're just eager to go out and play and win the game, whatever that looks like. Like obviously receiver position, every receiver wants to get the ball a lot. But with that, you kind of have to leave your ego at the door when you're in a talented room like this because it's not about how many touches or targets I get. It's about do we win the game? Because there might be a game, we might play Buffalo week 1 and Marvin might have 12 catches and 15 targets, and I might have 2. And then we go fast forward and we play the Lions week 3. I might have 8 targets and Marvin might have 2. None of that really matters because as long as you continue to do what you're supposed to do on the play, the ball's going to find you. And I think our room knows that, and this is truthfully like the least amount of ego I've had in a receiver room, which a receiver position you can kind of get, I feel like has the most ego probably in NFL of all the positions. So it's nice playing with guys that like if you're getting 4 or 5 targets, they're not going to feel any type of way about it. And that's reciprocated from my end too. Like all we care about is just winning because the ball is going to find you. It's a long season, 17 games. Like the ball is going to find you one way or another. You just got to make the play when it comes to you.
You mentioned earlier about it can be heartbreaking when you see, especially guys in your room or guys you have relationships cut. Maybe some are back in the practice squad.
Yeah.
I'm curious your thoughts on a guy like Andre, who just seems to come every day, just having fun,
Yeah.
on and off the roster, practice squad, back and forth. And just does he bring something kind of different to this team? He's just there.
Yeah, I think yes, not having Andre in the building yesterday, with cuts happening, he's one of my best friends. So we're our hometown's like 15 minutes from each other. I'm from Simi Valley, he's from Thousand Oaks, Westlake area. So we both have an 805 area code on our phone. But truly, he's one of my best friends on the team. One of the best guys I've ever met in the football locker room, from being at Stanford, high school, NFL. He's a guy that truly deserves everything he gets because he works hard and he's earned the trust of everyone. Like, to go undrafted and play, I think he's in his 5th year, that's extremely hard. That doesn't happen by accident. You have to operate at a certain level. You have to perform at a certain level. And so I think he just finds a way to stick, even though he's undersized, which makes it harder statistically for receivers when you're, under 5'11". But he's a truly special guy, and it's just not the same when he's not here. So I'm so happy that he's back on practice squad, and I'm sure if guys get nicked up during the season, hopefully, he'll get an active call up. But I'm so happy he's here.
Michael, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.